miss Jerry doing this.
He gave that up a long time ago.
Did he? I still liked it when he did it. First of all, I have such a big question. I'm not sure I can find the words, and so I want you to just fill in and answer it at the highest possible level. When you said there were so many more that were here today on the other side, or Abraham, I had this image of, I want to talk, and I had an image of like just endless millions of energies saying, we want to talk, we want to talk, we want to talk. And I have been feeling them wanting to share, wanting me to be on that leading edge. And the work I'm doing, that's happening more and more. I wanted to ask you today about, you've said in the music CD I listen to all the time, you talk about how the biggest part of us is still non-physical. And I got this kind of visual of like a V, right? Like greater than symbol or a less than symbol. And it's like the biggest part is out there. And then the middle part, I don't know, it kind of feels like just my body or the housing of that energy. And then the teeniest little point, I was kind of interpreting as, I don't know, my spirit or my mind or something, the focus point. And I guess I wanted clarity with, how does that work and how do I connect back?
Well, here, we can give this to you easily, and you're really ready to hear this. Many of you are. Yes, you are non-physical before you come into this body. And of course, there is a powerful part of you focused here, exploring and coming to pointed desires and summoning all of this energy forward. But it's the summoning of the energy forward that you're feeling and that we really want to focus on, because you use the word, that point that you are describing, it really is like that, because you're out here on this leading edge. Mm-hmm. And everything that you have been before and all that have come before you, it's hard for you to understand how we are focused here with you now. That's why we were attempting to help you to see the convergence of these grids of how we are having a moment in time with you and you are having a moment in time with you. Mm-hmm. But depending upon what you're doing vibrationally depends upon how much convergence you allow of that which is us for you consciously. In other words, we're always getting what we want as we focus and flow through you. The question is, are you getting what you want? So Esther has been particularly interested in this since Jerry's reemergence in a non-physical. And lots of things are happening that help her to know the absolute misunderstanding that humans have about the separation between physical and non-physical. Because when you get yourself in the right vibrational place, there is no separation. It doesn't manifest necessarily in the constant ways that she thinks she would like, but there is significant manifestation that lets her know that not only is Jerry aware of her, but he's intricately aware of what's going on right here, right now, and knows exactly what's on her mind and can chime in with the next sentence as if he was sitting across the table, in many cases with more deliberate input and more expertise and understanding than he was ever able to offer before. When you think about how many non-physical, how many people you have known, how many parents and grandparents and their parents and their parents and their parents, how many teachers and healers, how much has gone before that is aware of you right here and now, and all willing and wanting and converging with you, but you've got to do the converging part. We've already converged. We're already part of your focal point. The question is, how much of it are you allowing? So Esther is walking down the beach, and she is missing Jerry like crazy, and wanting to talk to him and not able to hear him because she's missing him. And even though he's right there with her, she can't hear him. She doesn't know it because she's focused upon where he isn't instead of where he is. So her thoughts were moving about from remembering him walking, remember him holding her hand, remembering him, some unsettling happening here. Even as we bring that consciousness forward, Esther is feeling more of it, all is well. And then she realized that if she would just have her moment on the beach, if she would just be on the beach, if she would just be on the beach and not be on the beach without Jerry. If she would just be on the beach, if she would just be on the beach, looking at the water, feeling the sand, looking at the birds, looking at the sky, suddenly she's not missing Jerry because he's right there with her, in her, looking through her eyes, smelling through her nose. Much more intimate, much more detailed, much more satisfying. When you think about it, you don't have to have a conversation with someone who's in your mind. They know what you know. You see what we're getting at? It's entirely different than people think that it is. And this is what you're feeling. This is what you're beginning to understand. All of this time that Esther's been receiving us, what do you think this is? This is source energy, focused in your moment, knowing who you are, knowing what you want, flowing with you. Esther has a little pin. In fact, friends that she met here in Albuquerque for the first time provided this jester pin for her. She was telling them that she was walking down the road, and we know we're over time. We know we're over time. All is well. She was walking down the road, and Jerry and Esther were walking down the road, and there was a sign on a farm that said Delmar. His name was Delbert. Her name was Martha. And Esther said, we would be Jester. Jester. We'd be Jester. So yesterday, Esther got the impulse to sign some books. The books are here in hardback and softcover, and the hardback books are so beautiful. Esther was looking through them for the first time in a long time, forgetting how beautifully Hay House has created them. The artistry of the books is just unbelievable. And so she pulled all of the hardback books off. There were a lot of them, and she decided she was going to sign them. And she has always signed Our Love, Jerry and Esther. She always signed for Jerry. She always signed for Jerry. If you have his name signed in your book, Esther was the one that put it there, because Jerry rarely signed a book. Esther always signed for Jerry. Settling. All is well. So, Jerry signed the books. Our Love. And as Esther was watching that ink go on each page, she knew she was not signing for him, but with him. Good time for a segment of refreshment.